Boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Ponds at Kellyville for this Day 3 action in the Emerging Nations World Championships. As you may or may not be aware, we've had a bit of a venue change due to all the wet weather in Sydney, so we'll be playing out here at the Ponds at Kellyville today on this beautiful artificial turf, so weather will not be an issue. Plenty of games to get through today. First up, we've got Africa United taking on ASEAN. So we'll run through the Africa United team. In the 14, we have Samuel Carwin. In the 18, Alfonso Payne. In the 3, Mun Mapio. In the 4, Guk Rig. 5, Michael James. 6, Mung Dut. 7, Safawo Egu. 16, Benjamin Jagede. 9, Valere Moise. 10, Alex Labele. 20, Frederick Solo. 12, Stemmen Mo, who is captain. The 1 is Obed Carwin. 21, Jordan Adebumoa. 17, Isaac Duku Geri. 19, Isaac Akuoko. And 22, Marvin Mdi. We're not too far away from kickoff here. We'll run through the ASEAN team when we get a chance, but we'll stand by for kickoff here at Kellyville. Day 3 action from the Emerging Nations World Championships. Be Africa United to get us underway. They'll be running right to left on your screens. We've got time on here, and there's the kickoff that heads down to the ASEAN side, who take the kickoff well. And we've got a forward pass. First play from the kickoff.
Yeah, maybe the synthetic just threw the ASEAN player there. Thought he was playing on an NFL field there maybe for a moment.
Tom Brady out there on the left wing, right wing. It gives us an opportunity to quickly run through the ASEAN team. So in the 1 we have Ryan Clark, 2 Richard Mente, 3 Thonmi Jiang, 4 Lam Nguyen, 5 Tyrell Mayfield, 6 Tyler Chant, 7 James Maybe, 8 Gun Banlusen, 9 Nathan Arnamnat, 10 Josh Foley, 11 James Workman, 12 Richard Planker, 13 Trent Kernoff, 14 Paul Nguyen, 15 Reese Tucker, 16 Thomas Saranya, and 17 Rocky Enriquez. As the African side go to the far right of your screen, they're not too far out from the try line here, only 20 or so metres out as they shift to centre field. Brought down 10 metres out from the line. On the attack early here, Africa United. As they come to the left-hand side, that's the 1, Obed Carwin. He tackled 5 out from the line. Quick play the ball from Carwin as they come to the left. Then nice short ball that's held onto. That was Mo, the captain. He'll play the ball a couple of metres short. Another short ball. Alex Labele. Good defence here from ASEAN. Last tackle. They've weathered the storm so far. So they come to the left. That's Dut. Dut with a little kick in behind. It's a decent kick. It sits up in the end goal and they force a repeat set. So great start for Africa United.
Yeah, very good set from Africa United, attacking down that end, and also impressive defence from the ASEAN side so far. So they held tight.
Yeah, they tested out their defence with a few little short balls to some charging forwards, and they've held out so far, the ASEAN side. Have to weather another set of 6 here. There's the drop out. It's allowed to bounce. They get a kind bounce, Africa United. And a nice offload too. That was the 16, Jagede. And now Reek will make his way upfield. He'll be tackled 20 out on the first. So good start to the set here for Africa United. So they come down the short side. That's Carwin. Obed Carwin. Another quick play the ball. They go short again. That's the skipper, Mo. He tackled 5 out from the line. Still a few tackles up their sleeve here for Africa United. So they come the open side. That's the 10, Labele. The 6, Dud, has been heavily involved here as well. So they come out to him now. They shift through the hands. That's another forward pass. So there's another one of your NFL passes early on. Good signs from Africa United, though. Certainly testing out this ASEAN defence, but they're up to the task so far, ASEAN.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good start from both teams, and Just had a little wander out onto the field. It's very soft, believe it or not, for a synthetic field. It's brand new. This is the first time a game of rugby league's been played on here, and it's supposed to be open next year for St Pat's Juniors, but because of the wet weather, we're here at the Ponds in Kellyville.
As ASEAN now, they'll have their real first opportunity use of the ball here. They're off the kickoff through a forward pass, so they've done well to hold on so far. Now they've got some tough work to do off their own line and a relieving penalty, so that'll help their cause.
Yeah, ironic name, Dan, that we're here at the Ponds here in Kellyville with all the Sydney pretty much underwater, and we're at the Ponds.
Yeah, for those of you tuning in from overseas, some desperately needed rain here in Sydney, and it's all come at once. So for those horse racing fans out there, Hawkesbury races are off today. They're not too far away from here. They've been cancelled due to the wet weather, so we're lucky that we have this facility available to us and we can continue these Emerging Nations World Championships today at Kellyville. It's ASEAN now, take the tap. That's the 13. That's Trent Kernoff. He tackled 40 out from the line. Josh Foley with that run. Good numbers in the tackle from Africa United as they come to left ASEAN. Some nice ball skills on display so far. That's Thonmi Jian with the run. They play the ball and come to the left. Across the halfway line for the first time in this match. Ben Lucen will play the ball. Come back centre field. That's Foley again. And there's the offload. A bit too late. Good defence there. That was the big man, Obed Carwin. Solid shot. He's a big boy.
Yeah, first opportunity ASEAN's had in Africa United's territory, and they coughed it up there. Some really good defence there from the African United lads too. Some big boys in this African United team.
Both sides have looked quite good with the ball, not afraid to chance their arm. As you said, we've had wet conditions here, but that shouldn't be a factor today. The rain's holding off for the time being. They come to the right-hand side now, Africa United. They win the scrum feed. They'll play the ball just shy of halfway as they come back centre field. There's that man again, Carwin. Strong charges. Being asked to bring it back. He was looking for a penalty there, Carwin. Maybe a little bit hard done by not to get one as they shift the ball back to centre field. Jagede now has been tackled.
Well, there's a first there on this ground. Number 12 losing his boot.
So play the ball now, Africa United. It comes to do it, puts a little kick in behind. It's well cleaned up there by the ASEAN winger, Richard Mante. Now they'll work it out from their own end again. Planker, he'll be made to play the ball 20 out from his own line as they go down the left-hand side now. Some good metres there, up to the 30. So come back centre field, ASEAN. Good line speed from Africa United, putting on some pressure with their defence early, making it hard for ASEAN to get out of their own end.
Yeah, they look like a fit bunch of lads out there. Majority of the African United boys, they're from Sudan. The Karwan brothers, they're from Ivory Coast. There's a good mixture. That's why they call it African United. You've got a few guys as well from Nigeria and one from the Congo and Cameroon. So it's a good mixture.
So ASEAN complete their first set and a decent kick downfield as well. Turn the fullback and winger around. So and a relieving penalty for Africa United. So not what ASEAN were looking for there after a good kick. These Emerging Nations World Championships, this is day 3. We've had plenty of action so far. We were at Windsor last Monday. Big thanks to the Windsor Wolves for hosting that. And we were at St Mary's on Thursday. Rained pretty much all day and the field held up beautifully out there at St Mary's. 4 games on Thursday. We've got 6 today, so don't go anywhere. Get comfy at home.
Or you can make your way down here to the ponds at Kellyville if you're a local in Sydney. It's only $5 entry. There's plenty of cover for spectators, and the clouds have risen a bit, so it doesn't look like there's going to be any chance of rain for at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, come down and say hello to Paul and myself. We're in the commentary hut. That's Obed Carwin. He'll be made to play the ball 15 out from the line, so Africa United back on the attack. It's Jagede. This will be the last, so a lot of the ball's gone through Dut at the moment. It comes to him again. He shifts the play. They go through the hands this time. They've found a bit of space out there as the ball goes loose. It goes backwards though. It'll be play on. Still the last. Wasn't the last. 6 again, the referee's called. As they step off the right and Dut's in. Lovely footwork from the 5'8". He's been heavily involved early. And a lovely little try.
Yeah, good vision out of dummy half from Valerie Moyes. You'll see he's picked the numbers. I was sure a bit staggered there and linked up well with Mung Dot or Doi. I think that's how I pronounce it. I'm not quite sure, but you see here on the replay, got away quickly and Doi pretty much went over untouched. So good stuff for Africa United.
Are we going Doi or Dut? I'm not sure. I'll go with you. We'll go Doi.
Feel free if you're a fan of Africa United or you got something to do with the Africa United, let us know on the Facebook or the Rugby League Federation page. Doing our best. We're almost below ground level here at the ponds, calling this one.
There's a few beautifully placed brick pillars in front of us. I didn't quite see the 6 to go, so I'm not sure if they got a little lucky there, Africa United, but they got another set of 6 and they made the most of it with Doi going over, untouched really. Lovely step off the right foot. He's looked very sharp early on. This will be Obed Carwin to try and have the extras. Strikes it well. Flags are up.
Good trivia question in years to come. Who scored the first try at the ponds? Kellyville? Maybe Quizmasters Trivia could jump on that one years to come. Mong Doi, the 5'8" for Africa United, would go down in history as the first player to score a try here.
Christening the ground, so to speak. ASEAN will get us back underway. So far, Africa United have been on top. Quite sharp with ball in hand. Good chance here for ASEAN to get down the other end and apply some pressure of their own with their defence. They get the game back underway. Ooh, and a little bobble there off the kickoff, but they hold on to it, Africa United. That was the 4 Reek. They're up over the 30 now on the second tackle. And another penalty. So they're not doing themselves any favours here, ASEAN. Carwin wanted to take the quick tap, but they'll reevaluate and kick for touch. No, they're still going to take the tap. Valerie Moyes. Benjamin Jagede. Good strong running, good 15 metres, tough yards there up the middle. So come to the left. That's Mo. He tackled 25 out, so still 3 or 4 tackles left in this set of 6 as he's slow to his feet, Mo. A little run out of dummy half there from Moyes. He tackled 20 out from the line. Play the ball, they come to the left. It's Carwin. Carwin fends off 1, fends off 2. Carwin for the line. Carwin's over. Good strong running from the big man. And he's too hard to stop, and he goes over, and that's try number 2 to Africa United. The scoreline reads 10 points to 0 with a kick to come.
He's a big lump of a fella, isn't he? He just ran them ragged there. He was very hard to stop, and a very good try to the fullback. He's had a good game this opening 10 minutes or so. I was just looking at their skipper, Stemman Mo. He's still holding his shoulder there. And he's still getting treatment in the background. So hopefully he's all right. It's Africa United with their second try, looking good.
Yeah, he got up clutching at the back of his head, neck area, but he's back to his feet now, which is a good sign for the skipper. And Obed Carwin will try to add the extras to his own try. The ASEAN side are going to their bench. Reece Tucker looks like he'll be making his way onto the field.
Don, you left edge or right edge? Don, you left or right? You left or right?
Jacob Clegg tuning in. We've got the Africa United team taking on the ASEAN team. So it's a mixture of African nations versus a mixture of Asian nations. Really good initiative, this Emerging Nations World Championships. It gives these teams a chance to play in some competitive fixtures. Really trying to grow the game of rugby league worldwide. Thanks for tuning in, Jacob. If you are tuning in on Bar TV Sports on the live stream, let us know where you're tuning in from and who you're cheering for as ASEAN get us back underway. Africa United now making their way up to the 40 with good numbers in the tackle there from ASEAN, so a nice offload and they're away again, Africa United. Tackled 5 shy of halfway. So they come to the left-hand side. Here's the try scorer, big Obed Carwin. Good hands from the African players, and as I say that, they spill it. And ASEAN come up with the ball. So a chance to get down the other end here for ASEAN. As we see a line break or a half line break. That's the substitute. Reece Tucker, he's just on. Instant impact from Tucker. So go to the left through Richard Planker. Big cheerio to Matt Bruff, who's tuning in from Fort Worth, Texas. As ASEAN now make their way up into the attacking third. Only 10 metres out from the line. They come to the right-hand side. They shift it to the right. Maybe now out the back to Clark. Clark with their hands. They've stripped them for numbers, and the last pass just can't find the mark. Some great play from the ASEAN side. It looks like they might have earned themselves a penalty as well for a late tackle. Enterprising play. So they'll get a full set of 6 here. A good chance for ASEAN to strike back. They'll go close here, ASEAN. Tackled just shy of the goal line, right underneath the post. Options both sides, a short ball or a good defence from Africa. Trent Kernoth trying to barge over from close range as they come to the right-hand side. That'll be the halfback, James Maybe. Ball comes out the back. It'll be play on, that's Ryan Clark on it now. He's tackled 10 out from the line, so ASEAN still in possession. So they go towards the post. A nice offload. Africa United are up to the task. Another penalty. It's like another tackle without the ball. Nathan Kilmartin tuning in from Brisbane, Australia. Cheers, Nathan. ASEAN now just taking their time over this one. Happy to just take a breather, reset. Scoreline reads 10 points to nil, 12 points to nil, forgive me, with 18 minutes gone in this game. And that's the 15 Tucker. Plenty of touches since he's come on the park for Tucker as they come to the right-hand side through Kernoff. Nice short ball, that's Foley. He'll play the ball inside the 10-metre attacking zone as it comes to Maybe. Out the back to Clark. Clark with a little kick in behind, looking for a chaser, gets one and earns his side a repeat set. So a nice little kick there from Clark.
Yeah, good pressure there from ASEAN. They've bounced back really well. You could have said that the writing was on the wall there earlier with Africa United scoring 2 tries, but they've hit back well and they're applying the pressure now. So a repeat set coming up, and let's see what ASEAN's got.
Yeah, a little bit of ball in hand for ASEAN and a little bit of territory, and certainly putting some pressure on here. Africa United have been up to the challenge so far, and there's the dropout. Goes 40 on the fly. That's Tucker again. Certainly made an impact coming off the bench, Tucker. They make their way up to the 20 now. 3 in the tackle, so they'll try and slow the ball down here if they can, Africa United. And that's the 4, Lam Ewan. Take that. 10 metres out from the line. Still plenty of plays up their sleeve here as it comes to the Maybe. Nice short ball. They've gone out the back a couple of times. That was a nice short ball there from Maybe. And there's the hooker over. Nathan Arnhem, the skipper, got into dummy half, saw an opportunity and pinned the ears back, and over he goes. 4 points there for the ASEAN side. A kick to come. The scoreline reads 12 points to 4. Africa United over ASEAN.
Yeah, the set of 6 before, Nathan Arnhem, he was looking for that play, the quick play the ball to get out of dummy half, because you could see the defence was a bit staggered on that line, and the markers just went, both of them went the wrong way there, and Stemmen, no, he couldn't get across there in time. Arnhem was too quick, so good try from ASEAN.
A very kickable conversion as well, so although I've said that a couple of times this week and seen them miss.
Shout out to Nathan Benson from the Maltese side.
We'll never let him live that one down.
Luckily they weren't streaming rugby league when I was playing, Dan.
Got Gary tuning in from Townsville. Big cheerio to Gary up there in Townsville. And Edgar's tuning in from Melbourne. He's waiting to see the Latin Heat play. They're on later today, so stay tuned, Edgar. They'll be coming up soon. We see Chant now try to add the extras. And just stays out to the left of the uprights. So the scoreline remains 12 points to 4. Africa United over ASEAN. And on our game clock, we've got 21 minutes, 13 gone. So a good hit back there from ASEAN. They managed to force a few repeat sets and they've turned pressure into points. Africa United will get us back underway here at the Ponds at Kellyville. High and deep restart. There's Tucker again. Been very busy since he's come on the park. Play the ball 20 out from his own line, Tucker, as they come back centre field. Make their way up to the 30. Nice offload. It's Clanker in support. He's still going Clanker. He's up over the 40, nearly to halfway. So good start to this set of 6 for ASEAN after points. Some nice ball play as well. That's Kernoff. And all of a sudden, they're only 35 out here from the Africa United line. ASEAN on a bit of a roll. They play the ball and come to the left. And the ball's been put on the deck, so real let-off there for Africa United.
Yeah, they were struggling to get back there in the line, Africa United. They might have just run out of a bit of puff here early on in this first half.
They get a chance in possession again. It's been all ASEAN for the last 5 minutes or so. They'll get a chance to get their hands on the ball as they make their way up to halfway. Jagede with the play the ball as they come out to Doi. Doi with a nice pass. Well read in defence by ASEAN. So they come down the short side now, Africa United. That's the skipper, Mo. Beats one, beats two, still going, Mo. He's found some space, he comes to the fullback. And a good tackle by the fullback. Some cover defence coming across as well. Slow play the ball. 10 metres out from the line. They come to the right-hand side. They shift through the hands. They found some numbers. They've got some space, and they're over in the corner. That's a try over there. Referee points to the spot. And Africa United strike back. 16 points to 4 with a kick to come.
I think it's Alphonse Payne over there on that far side.
Yes, it is. Alphonse Payne. As we see here on the replay. They shift to the right-hand side, and they just had too many numbers for the ASEAN team. The winger was committed in, and Alphonse Payne managed to hold his width and sneak over in the corner.
Yeah, it was all started from that good run from their skipper, Stemmen Mo. Got a good fend, went straight up the middle and created something for Africa United. They hit back. They were looking a bit shaky there moments ago, but they get the ball back and they strike right back. So good stuff from Africa United.
Edgar asks, is Isaac Gurin playing for ASEAN today? He's not on the team sheet, Edgar, so doesn't look like he is. He's been striking them well over at Carwin, but he's taken this one back a long way. He's taken it back to just about the 30. He's right up against that right touch line. He's going to have to be Larry the leg to kick it from there. Wouldn't put it past him though, he's a big man. It's on the wrong side for the right-footed kicker as well, so it'll be his toughest kick for today. They've been good value so far, Africa United, 16 points to 4. ASEAN struck back, but they've managed to stem the flow as Carwin moves in and strikes it. Hooking back, and he's hooked it just across the face of goal, so the scoreline remains 16 points to 4, Africa United over ASEAN. It's the first game of day 3 here at the Emerging Nations World Championships, but 5 more games to come, Paul, and you're here all day.
It's a massive day of rugby league. If you're a rugby league tragic like Dan and myself, well, you should be down here. It's only $5 entry. They've got the barbecue happening. There's all sorts of things happening to our right. A little, I think it's a cake store or something they've got as well.
I thought I saw a corn on the cob.
Yeah, they've got that as well, yep. And there's a merchandise tent, beachwear. So majority of the Emerging Nations merchandise for sale at the ground. So come down. It's a good ground here in Kellyville, as we see a mistake, a penalty going to Africa United.
Yeah, the ball just stripped out there by the ASEAN side, so it's been a thorn in their side early on for ASEAN. Every time they seem to get Africa United down their end, they give away a cheap penalty and let the pressure off. They take the tap. Tackled 30 out from their own line, Africa United. 16 points to 4 leaders here over ASEAN. Just over 27 minutes gone in this one here at the Ponds at Kellyville. As the ball is spilled out the back by Africa United, and unlucky for ASEAN, they were first to it but just couldn't corral it, so Africa United will get another set of 6. For those of you that are unaware, we've had the fixtures move from Cabramatta. I think they were supposed to be out today. We've had some wet weather here in Sydney over the last couple of days, so we're now playing out at the Ponds at Kellyville on this beautiful artificial pitch. It's the first ever game of rugby league on this pitch, and conditions look good. No excuses for bad bounces out there today.
Yeah, the amount of rain we've had here in Sydney, I thought Newcastle might have been a chance of hosting the games today. Further you go north, the less rain we've had, but
that would have been better for the petrol.
It certainly would have.
As Africa United now make their way up to halfway.
Oh, good
Good
run.
little run there. That's Mun Mapio. ASEAN territory, 40 out from the line as the ball's come out the back and an error. So a little error there from Mapio. ASEAN will have a scrum feed around 40 metres out from their own line. Good opportunity to thank the sponsors of this Emerging Nations World Championships. We've got Rugby League International Federation, New South Wales Rugby League, National Rugby League, New South Wales Government Office of Sport, B-Swear, St Mary's Rugby League Club, Cabramatta Leagues and Windsor Leagues clubs. So good support there from some local clubs and the governing bodies getting this tournament up and running in Australia for the first time.
Yeah, Dan, I've just got confirmation of a jersey change there. Reece Tucker for ASEAN. He's gone from 15 to 19, so a jersey change for Reece Tucker.
Thanks for that, Reece. Throw a little spanner in the works.
Good little leg pull there from Safawaya Agu. Referee allows it.
ASEAN are up to the 20 here. So come to the right-hand side. They've looked good when they've shifted the ball. It comes out to Jiang. Jiang's tackled 10 metres out from the line as they come back centre field. Nice little kick over the top by Maybe, and it's been put down by Africa. Still play on. They managed to get the ball back into the field of play, and a penalty. So another relieving penalty for Africa United. I think the coach will be bringing that up at half-time for ASEAN. Just keep letting off the pressure.
Yeah, that would have been disappointing. It was a good kick, and they just needed a good set of six to apply the pressure and just raking the ball out. So a little bit of ill discipline. Hopefully they'll get that out of their game.
They've had a few penalties, Africa United, in their own end, and taken the tap on all of them. Surprising they haven't kicked for touch as yet. So we see another penalty. Hand on the ball. So I'll take another tap here. They're up to the 30 on their own end. That'll be the first as they come back centre field now. They shift through the hands. Spread it right out to that right touchline. Looks like they found an error. Mapiu again has spilled his lollies. Just opens the door slightly here for ASEAN. ASEAN now make their way up over the 40. 16 points to 4. We've got a penalty as well. It's a really good opportunity for ASEAN to post some points. We're joined in commentary now by Peter Thompson, who's the Vice President for NRL Asia. How are you, Peter?
I'm not too bad, mate. It's good that the rain stopped and we've got some football.
Yeah, beautiful conditions out there on the ground, considering it's an artificial pitch.
Well, I don't think there's many places in Sydney can host 6 games of rugby league today and still look like it was brand new.
No, that's right. And how are you liking things so far? As we see an offload, they'll go close here, ASEAN. Good scrambling defence from...
A little bit of field position will help us. I think once we get into the game, our small guys will do well here.
I think they're over. They are.
Yeah.
That's Thomas Saranya.
We sort of thought if we could weather a bit of a storm from the African team, they got a couple of go-to men, and if we could break that down a little bit, our small, fast players could actually make some inroads as the game went on.
Saranya from the dummy half position through the dummy and just muscled his way over, as we see on the replay here. At 6s and 7s there, the Africa United defence. Just through the dummy and then muscled his way over the top of Obed Carwin as well. That makes it 16 points to 8 with a kick to come. So right back in this one, Peter.
Yeah, right back. We're a great second half team usually because we sort of try to break down teams as they get a little bit weary. We have quite a few set moves that go through our fast 5-8 and halves. So let's see what happens in the second half.
As we see Chant now lining up the extras. Strikes it and the flags are up. So they're within striking distance here, ASEAN, 16 points to 10. Well, tell me a bit about the ASEAN team. Where are they from?
Well, the ASEAN team on the field today consists of 9 countries. We have players from Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia. We also have a player out there from Korea. We have a player out there from East Timor. We also have Chinese heritage, of course, and we have players also from Indonesia on the wing. We have Tyrell Mayfield, and in our squad today we have actually 9 different Asian nationalities that make up the ASEAN group.
And in a situation like this with the Emerging Nations World Championships, how long do you guys get together before it?
We get together 2 weeks before because we have a number of players that come in from different parts of the world. We have a core group of guys that live in Sydney. So we take it from, we have a coaching program that runs online from our strength and conditioning coach, and then from there we take it into camp about 2 weeks before.
Right, so a 2-week lead up. They look like they're gelling pretty well for a 2-week lead up.
Yeah, I think as we get more game time together, this is only just on a year and a half old, this association, and we're already 40 players strong. The changing demographic of Australia, we have a lot of boys coming through that are full nationality or mixed. So we feel as though we've got a really good mix of players coming through that will add value to it.
We see some solid defence there from Africa United. Just force that one loose there on Trent Kernoff. Well, Peter, all I can say is good luck for the future. It's great to see ASEAN competing in this Emerging Nations World Championships, and it'd be good to see you guys getting a few more games under your belts and hopefully growing the game in that region.
We look forward to meeting with the Latin Heat in a few days' time, and I just wanted to say a big thank you to your terrific coverage and your professional service that you're putting the game around the world.
Thank you very much for your time, Peter. That was Peter Thompson, the Vice President of NRL Asia, joining us. We see a scrum penalty. It's great that we're being joined by these kinds of representatives from these nations, Paul. It really gives you an insight into the difficulties they have before these tournaments. A 2-week lead-up isn't a lot of time, and they look really good considering. Yeah,
I mean, we're complaining about being inside a little box at ground level. These guys, they've had to go through a lot. I mean, not just to get a game of rugby league, but even through life. And it's a mistake there from Carwin.
That'll be a penalty stripped out. So scoreline reads 16 points to 10 as Carwin looked to take the quick tap. Referee's going to send him back. 16 points to 10 here at the Ponds at Kellyville. There's not too long to go till half time.
Yeah, into the final 5 minutes here. It's a crucial period of the game. Africa United will be looking for another try.
As Peter alluded to, Africa United came out like a house on fire and really started fast, but ASEAN seemed to weather that storm, and they're right back in this one as we make our way towards half time. Paul alluded to it, a crucial period here. Try here could be very important for Africa United as they tackle 5 metres out from the line, centre field. So options both sides as they come to the big man Carl, and he'll be tough to stop, and he is tough to stop. Just barges over from close range. And that's his second try of the day. Too big, too strong.
Yeah, he's odds on that close to the line, isn't he? It was all started by Frederick Solo a moment ago of a good bust up the middle, the number 20. And a quick play the ball, which resulted in Carwin going over his second try. As I said, he's been very strong, Obed Carwin.
When you're that big and you run that hard close to the line, you're going to be tough to stop every time. He's sucking in the big ones now, though, as he'll look to add the extras again from his own try. So 2 tries today for Carwin.
Yeah, just looking at OB Carwin, all the strapping tape he's got on him. If you're a local business out there or international business tuning in, you want to sponsor Africa United, maybe you're a strapping tape company.
Elastoplast.
Yeah, you could have the name pretty much down Carwin's leg there with all that strapping tape on him.
I should have bought shares in that company a long time ago. Spent plenty of my hard earned on that stuff. Takes the scoreline out to 20 points to 10, so an important kick here for Carwin.
Hey guys.
So make it a 2 converted try lead as we approach the halftime break. Just a reminder that the clock you see on your screens on the Bar TV coverage is just a guide. Shouldn't be too far out in this first half though. We haven't had many stoppages. The conversion successful, so 22 points to 10. Africa United lead ASEAN. And what's been a pretty entertaining first game here today, Paul.
Yeah, it has. It surprised me with the quality of football the two teams have put on for us. And as was alluded to a moment ago by Mr. Thompson, that only 2 weeks to gel as a team. It's a great effort, and Africa United be in the same boat, you would think. It's great stuff, and hopefully, as they get more games, they'll only get better and better.
Chant gets us back underway. And as Peter alluded to, as we see Africa United make a break from the kickoff, as Peter alluded to, 9 different nations represented in the ASEAN side. So big effort to get all these countries together.
Yeah, it certainly is. Logistical nightmare as the halftime siren goes.
Well, it's half-time here at the Ponds at Kellyville. In an entertaining first half, it sees Africa United lead ASEAN 22 points to 10. We'll be back here for the second half shortly. Welcome back. Welcome back. Try that one again, eh, Paul?
Yeah, I just bumped the headphones, so we didn't know. Everyone else could hear us saying welcome back.
For the 5th time, we'll say welcome back for the second half here at the Ponds at Kellyville. Day 3 action here in the Emerging Nations World Championships. We've got Africa United taking on ASEAN. The scoreline reads 22 points to 10. Africa United are in front here at half time. An impressive first half from them, Paul.
Yeah, it certainly was. ASEAN, they're still in the contest. They've done some really good things there in that first half. But just got to hang on the ball, be a little bit more disciplined, and things will come for us. We've actually moved 2 metres out from where we were from the first half, so we can actually see a bit more of the field than what you can see on the screen. So it's a new complex here. There's some big holes in our vision.
Some big players as well.
The cameramen are fine, but us commentators will struggle.
Struggle at the best of times anyway, Paul, so nothing new. As Africa will have first possession in this second half. If you're in the area, make sure you get down here to the Ponds at Kellyville for this Emerging Nations World Championships. If you can't get down here, make sure you're tuning in on Bar TV Sports. We've had people tuning in from Austin, Texas, a few in from Queensland, Melbourne. We've just got former NRL superstar Jono Wright tuning in as well, so cheers Jono for watching the action. As Africa now make their way up to halfway, as we see the new A team walking in front of us, and there's some big boys there, Paul.
Yeah, just walking in front of the U-Butte commentary box we've got here, the card table in between us. I think that's how Frank Hyde used to do it back in the day.
As Africa get to their kick on this first set of the second half, turns the fullback around. Nifty footwork there, a good kick chase from the Africa United team. That's a great way to start this second half. As ASEAN now look to do the dirty work off their own line. Play the ball just shy of the 20 as they come down the left-hand side. Nice little dart back in behind the markers there, picking up 10 metres. Make their way up towards the 40. And they've earned themselves a penalty as well, so 4th tackle penalty. Really good opportunity here for the ASEAN side to get down into Africa United's territory.
They're going to take the quick tap. So, interesting move there.
We all know my thoughts. If you've been listening to the coverage, you know my thoughts on the quick tap, but they're away here. They've bust straight up the middle to the fullback. Tackled inside the 10 now. Plenty of tackles up their sleeve. Slow play the ball. Could have been a penalty. They don't get one as it comes to the right-hand side. Nice face ball and lovely offload, and it just doesn't stick. Reece Tucker got the arms free.
Yeah, another disappointing end. Good break there from Thomas Sarinyanga. And as they go through the hands, it just pops out. So a let off there for Africa United.
Promising start to the second half there for ASEAN. If that pass sticks, they're over. Reece Tucker's been exceptional since he's come on the field. He was wearing jersey 15 earlier on. He's changed to jersey 19. Literally played himself out of his own jersey in that first half. Africa United will have a scrum feed 10 metres out from their own line. We had Peter from NRL Asia on earlier saying that they're a good second half team, ASEAN, so could be in for a good one here at Kellyville. The weather's holding off, so if you're in the area, get down, $5 entry. Put the corn on the cob van down here. Plenty of cover for spectators as well if the weather turns bad.
Yeah, that wind you can hear, that's just picking up on our effects mic. It's not blowing a gale here.
Yeah, we've moved outside for this second half, get a bit better vantage point. As Africa United now make their way up to halfway, and so far Obed Cowan, he's on man of the match honours. Every time he touches the ball, he looks dangerous as Doit. Short ball. It's the skipper Mo, and he's put it down, Mo.
Yeah, just interesting. Jersey 22's just come on for Africa United. They've got their names on the back of the jerseys. We've got in our program Marvin Madej, but he's got Buckets underneath his jersey 22. So
let's go with Buckets, eh?
Yeah, Bucket or Bouquet.
ASEAN now, they win the scrum feed and take the ball into Africa United's half. There's that man again, Tucker. It'd be a close second to Carwin for the man of the match stakes so far. Some nice ball movement there as the fullback sips clear Clark. Both teams not afraid to promote the football. Some good skills on display today. So they come down the left-hand side. A lovely show and go there from the 6th chant. He'll be tackled 15 out from the line. So they come down the short side now. They skip out a dummy half. That's Ewan. Ewan goes close. He'll be tackled a metre out from the line, Ewan. Last tackle. Little kick from dummy half. Can they earn a repeat set? No. That man again, Carwin. Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, B. Carwin, he's definitely been the best on field so far today. He's done everything. He's done some good defence, try saving there. Scored a couple of tries. He's just having a really big game for Africa United.
As you said, Paul, he's got that much strapping tape on. If he was a racehorse, he'd be retired by now. He's certainly standing up today for the Africa United side. They make their way up to the 40. That's Isaac Akuoko. Now turns his man back underneath. Tackle 35 out from the line. Last tackle. Still in their own territory. Slow play the ball there from Mo. Little chip over the top. Interesting play in his own half. They come up with a result, Africa United, so...
Yeah, it wasn't a bad option because the fullback was really deep there. So if he got the bounce, well, he got it back. So that's all that matters really, isn't it?
Mapiu now. Tackled 40 metres out from the ASEAN line. It's Alfonso Payne with a run. He scored a try earlier on today. There's that man again, Carwin. Good tackle this time. Good legs tackle. Chopping him down from underneath. There's a nice offload. It comes out to Doit. Doit's tackled. Only 10 out from the line. Slow play the ball and a penalty. Well, this will be interesting. They lead 22 points to 10. So point to the post. Kick a goal will take it out to 14.
There's an ASEAN player just down, you can see in the foreground there. So it looks like jersey 19, Reece Tucker. So he isn't having a real good day. He had jersey 15 on in the first half. He swapped the jerseys and he's just in a little bit of discomfort.
If you're tuning in on Bar TV Sports, let us know where you're tuning in from and who you're cheering for. We've got 6 games here today at the Ponds at Kellyville. Next up, we've got the Philippines versus Niue, and Niue was super impressive on Thursday. Getting over the top of Malta, 26-16 in that one.
A beautiful thing about broadcasting from grounds like this today, it picks up all the conversations that's going around the ground. So not only, really, if you listen to us two gibberers, you can hear everything else that's going on in the ground.
Well, I think on Monday we had people eating potato chips on us, so I'll take the conversations over the potato chips any day, as it's slow to get things started here. Africa United. As I said, the scoreline's 22 points to 10. I thought they were going to take the 2, but they look like they might be setting up for a tap here. They've got some good shape to the right, and they do take the tap. Akuoko. He made the play at 5 out from the line. Still shape to the right. There's Doit now. They turn. Carwin back underneath. Good defence that time from ASEAN. Can't run without legs. I think that's the motto they're applying here in this second half. Is a nice short ball. Mapio was into a hole. Just couldn't hold on to it. So let off for ASEAN.
Yeah, if he hung on to that one, it would have been curtains for ASEAN. He said they had numbers out to the right. He had 2 unmarked players. Just spilt his lollies. The line pretty much wide open, didn't he?
So they pass up the opportunity to go 14 points up. See if that comes back to bite them later on. We've got Denny McCarthy tuning in from Toronto, Canada. Welcome to you, Denny.
Yeah, good luck to the Wolfpack in the £1 million game coming up this weekend. A couple of days against the London Broncos.
Lovely part of the world, Toronto. Got family members over there.
Yeah, also the Wolfpack, their home ground's a synthetic ground as well, so...
might have to get them down to Kellyville for a game.
Yeah.
As Peter alluded to earlier, you won't find many venues in Sydney this weekend that could hold up with 6 rugby league games back to back.
Well, I was thinking, Dan, Allianz Stadium, they don't use that anymore. That would have been a good thrill for all the players, all the teams to play there. It gets chopped up, no one really cares. They're going to knock it down. Would have been perfect.
I think they've already started dismantling, actually.
Well, we wouldn't need 40,000 seats. The Roosters can't fill it.
Even when they do win the comp. There's ASEAN now up to halfway. Still right in this ball game. 9 nations represented from the ASEAN side today. Good line, so a little chip over the top from Maybe. Gets the bounce, Maybe. He's through, comes to the fullback, beats 1, beats 2, and offload. Comes to Kernoth, who offloads. And a great try to James Workman. Well, that came out of nowhere, Paul.
That was brilliant stuff. Good stuff from the ASEAN boys. They've hung in. They've just been down on their own line under enormous pressure. Then to regroup and come back and score a brilliant try. Great stuff from the ASEAN boys. And they're back in it.
Expansive rugby league. Little chip over the top, regathered, beat 1, step back on the inside, beat 2, 3, a lovely offload. And all he had to do was catch and pass. Kernoth might have been able to get there himself, but unselfishly just offloads to his second row partner, James Workman. ASEAN strike back. Scoreline reads 22 points to 14 with a kick to come. So a big kick here for Tyler Chan.
Yeah, just hanging in there, ASEAN. Persistence has paid off. See a few of the new A boys. They're warming up for the next game against Philippines. Important match, that one. Pretty much the winner of that, they booked their position in the semi-finals.
This Chance strikes it and just slides to the left of the uprights. So unlucky there for Chant. Scoreline remains 22 points to 14. Africa United over ASEAN here at the Emerging Nations World Championships. So we have an Africa United player down here, just around the halfway mark, receiving some attention.
It's the back rower there, Stemmen Mo, the captain, in fact. He's had a good game, strong game. He got injured, you remember, in the first half early. So he's just going to go off and be assessed, and hopefully we'll see their skipper out a little bit later on.
We see Benjamin Jagede come back on. Africa United get us back underway, and ASEAN will have another use of possession here. Cheerio to Brett Mendham from Bali. Tuning in as ASEAN make another break.
Yeah, Josh Foley straight up the middle there. Very strong run from the front row.
Certainly got some wind in their sails at the moment, ASEAN. 22 points to 14 down, but a little bit of momentum building. That's the try scorer, Workman. All of a sudden, they're only 30 metres out from the Africa United line. So they go to the right, through the hands. Another little chip over the top from Maybe. Looking for the bounce again. It sits up. They get another bounce. They tackle 5 out from the line, so back-to-back chip and chases paying off for ASEAN as they come to Maybe. maybe with a little kick in behind, looking for the repeat set. Good kick chase. Can they pin them in goals? He's going to get out here. No, he does not. Great kick chase from the ASEAN side.
Commentators curse there again, Dan, and it was a double bunger. We both thought he was going to get out.
Well, he crabbed across the in goals, and it looked like he might find a little gap to exploit, but the kick chase was good from the whole side, and they pinned him in goals, so more pressure builds here. ASEAN on the attack.
How good is it to see the halves just doing the little chip kicks, the grubbers, being a bit selfish for themselves? It's one thing that sort of driven me away from the NRL is the structured plays they do, where these guys just come out here and play absolute football, and it's what the supporters want to see.
A one-on-one strip, big play. Big play there from Mapiu. Put a good shot on, managed to come up with possession for his team, so that releases the pressure valve.
Hey, boys.
As Africa United make their way up to their 40. It's the 22. We've got Md in the program.
Just for the viewers at home too, if they're seeing little like puffs of black coming up here on this Kellyville pitch, it's little like rubber pellets. The best I can describe it is like mouse poop.
They are rubber pellets. It helps to keep the turf together. They've got a few all-weather pitches up on the Central Coast where I'm from. Yeah, the rubber pellets also softens the blow when you hit the deck, trust me. Carwin now plays the ball. Comes to Doit. Throws the dummy, who nearly gets through the gap as he tries to offload from the ground. That'll be a changeover. 22 points to 14 here at the Ponds at Kellyville. Africa United lead ASEAN. Emerging Nations World Championships, day 3. We've been moved from Cabramatta to this all-weather pitch here at Kellyville. The first ever game of rugby league on it today.
And amazingly, we haven't had one drop of rain yet.
No, we have not. Looks a little threatening out towards the right there as the ball's come loose. Africa have the ball back. Frederick Solo comes up with possession. It's Carwin again. And a penalty goes against ASEAN.
Yeah, just up too quickly from the 10.
Carwin wants to take the tap. Moise will take the tap now. Told to come forward. He's inside the 20 here, Moise. So a really good opportunity here for Africa United. Labelay's tackled about 10 out from the line. They come to the left, that's the 16. Jigede. Maybe brought down 5 out. Still a few tackles up their sleeve as Moise gets in a dummy up with a bit of a limp. Labelay looking to barge over. Can he get it down? No, he cannot. Good defence from ASEAN on their goal line. Still 2 tackles remaining in this set. As Egu throws the dummy. He tackled 5 out from the line. They go another short ball to Labelay. So far, the ASEAN defence is holding firm. This will be the last tackle. Agu, little grubber in behind. I think they've managed to keep the ball in play there, ASEAN. So well done to the ASEAN team. Good defence.
Oh, that's a dangerous pass near your line.
I think it had to be thrown. I think they were pushing him back into the in goal, so he did very well there to get rid of it. ASEAN look to work it off their own line. Still 8 points down in this game. About 20 minutes remaining in this one as ASEAN now make a break down the left-hand touchline. He comes to the fullback, he puts the foot down. Great covering tackle. Samuel Carwin. A bit of a late shot there. To play on as they shift the ball wide to the other side of the field now, ASEAN. And we've seen a little error.
Yeah, unfortunately, again, they make some good meters from their set. It's just that last play, they spill the ball, just knock off concentration, but that comes with experience. See the best teams in the world do that. So they're still in there, just got to keep chipping away. Great tackle here on this close to the post with Samuel Carr. It was a great effort to see here on the replay, that ball just popping out. James Workman, he's had a fair game.
It's a nice little breakdown this left-hand touchline there by Mante. Good covering tackle from Samuel Carlin, put an end to that attack. Africa United come back up with possession. That's Reek. He tackled 40 out from his own line. Short ball. Labele, he's had plenty of touches recently. Labele. Reek again with the run. Up inside ASEAN territory. Come to the left. Labele again. He's probably had 6 or 7 touches in the last 5 minutes. Last tackle. Kick out of dummy half. Cross field. There's a breeze out there. It's well taken though by Mante. Bring it back centre field. A little bit of an arm wrestle here at the moment. Both teams just feeling each other out again, so to speak. They're 22 points to 14. Next try will be very important in this one.
Yeah, I'm expecting a big play coming up here. Either Armanet will go for a little chip over the top, or Ryan Clark, something special here from ASEAN. Just tripped over his shoelace there.
He looked to put some footwork on and just lost his footing. Last tackle. So kick out of dummy half. Samuel Carwin puts it on the deck. So great opportunity here for ASEAN. To come across and take that one on the full, Carwin, and he got there plenty of time, and I don't know if he took his eyes off the ball, but he spilled it.
Just had a little bit of a bobble, had a bit of a bow peep, and this is perfect now for ASEAN to hit back. As I said, this is where their little men may take over here. We may see something special.
22 points to 14. Africa United over ASEAN. But just under 20 minutes to go in this game, so time ticking away here for the ASEAN side. We'll start this set 20 out centre field. Mr. Workman scored a try not long ago. Come to the right, nice short ball. Oh, good, well read in defence there by Carwin. That was Ryan Clark copping one. Fullback on one-on-one. Nice short ball, pokes the nose through, an offload, comes back, still play on. It's play on here for ASEAN, a long pass. Still play on. Ball's been stripped out. That's a clear penalty, I can see that from here, Paul.
Well, I had the big pole in the road, so it was all yours, Dan.
ASEAN now with a full set of 6 inside their attacking 10. Africa United managed to stem the flow. ASEAN scored earlier, but they're back on the attack.
Be interesting here behind the goalpost. You've got Niue players warming up. They're almost on the dead ball line.
Oh, I reckon they are.
You'd be tempted to just put a little grubber in there behind there. Some big boys in that Niue team. It's almost a game of chicken.
We've got another false start. ASEAN finally get us back underway. And they've spilled it on the first. Workman puts it on the deck. That's unlucky there for ASEAN. They were building pressure. 22 points to 14 down. Certainly could have used a try there.
Yeah, one of the happiest men there on the paddock was Samuel Carwan. He dropped the ball moments ago, and so ASEAN, just a loose carry. Good effort there from Africa United. So just letting you know, this is Bar TV Sports here, coming from the Ponds here in Kellyville. pretty much at ground level in the new facilities. The first time rugby league's been played on this new AstroTurf or synthetic field.
I tried to get up on the roof, Paul, and they wouldn't let me.
I'd like to see you try to get up on the roof at the moment, Dan.
No, the old one leg wouldn't do it, I don't reckon. South Africa now working off their own line. There goes Samuel Carwin. He beats one, beats two, beats three. He's got support, Carwin. Passes to Alfonso Payne. And he's going to stroll over. And that might just be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Great break from Samuel Carwin, and Alfonso Payne backing up like good wingers do. He goes over under the post. 26 points to 14 with a kick to come.
Yeah, well done to Samuel Carwin. As I said, he made a mistake moments ago, and he's just made up with it with this strong run. Pushed away a couple of players and slowed down enough to link up with Alfonso Payne, and no one was going to catch him. Good stuff from Africa United.
As I said, with the scoreline reading 26 points to 14, this kick from basically right in front. We're into the final 20 minutes here. The Ponds at Kellyville. 14-point lead might just be a mountain too high for the ASEAN side, who have been good themselves today. Just haven't been able to capitalise on that extended period of possession on Africa United's try line. We really do have the new A boys warming up in the in-goal area now. Oh, the ball's down the other end. Carwin strikes it. The conversion's successful. The scoreline reads 28 points to 14. Africa United over ASEAN. ASEAN will get us back underway here shortly.
Still 15 minutes to go, so still plenty of time for ASEAN to get this one late.
Shallow-ish restart, looking for that bounce, and they don't get it. Good solid contact though. Josh Foley coming down, chasing that kick. We saw Stemmen now there get up pretty excited. This is Benjamin Jagede. Play the ball just shy of the 40. Isaac Duku-Gary now at a dummy half. They're up over halfway here, Africa United. This will be the last tackle, so good set after points so far. Come to Egu, puts it up high. A tough one to deal with here for the winger. Oh, he takes it well. Great take, Mante.
Yeah, just got a tweet in from Mardo Gray, just wanting to know what countries the ASEAN boys are from. Well, there's a big mixture. Ryan Clark, he's from Philippines, and there's Thailand, Vietnam, there's a Chinese player in there, also India. A big mixture. I believe there's about 10 nations all up as a part of the ASEAN conference. So Malaysia, Indonesia, Cambodia, Burma. So there's players from a big mix from that Asia corner of the world.
We spoke to the Vice President of NRL Asia earlier on. He's telling us that they get 2 weeks to prepare for a game like this. So to get all those countries involved, get everyone together and have 2 weeks to work on your attack, your defence, your structures. It's a big effort from the ASEAN boys and their support staff. As we see an African United player down on the halfway line.
Can't quite pick out the number there, but I'm pretty confident to say that it's not Obed Carwin, because I can't see any strapping.
Or Dreadies. Back to his feet now, a little bit of a limp though, so he might make his way from the field here. I think it might be Agu who put the kick up. He might have copped a bit after his kick. Gu making his way back into the line now. So he'll come out to the wing and try and run that one off. As they muscle up in defence now, Africa United. As ASEAN now try to make their way up over their own 20-metre line. Nice little short ball. Josh Foley running onto that one.
This will be a big test, this final 10 minutes for you, Dan. A herd of Mediterranean officials have just set up camp right next to us, in front of us. The pictures are still coming in crystal clear from our cameraman. They're just a couple of 10 or so metres up from us. That's a great kick.
A great kick there by Tyler Chant. That might have been a 40-20, Paul.
Yeah, just having a quick...
I think it was.
It certainly was. Yeah, brilliant kick. He was a metre inside the red chalk, or the red paint here at the Ponds.
With around 10 minutes to go in this one, it's imperative that ASEAN put some points on the board here. 14 points down at the moment, 28 points to 14 the scoreline reads. Africa United over ASEAN. Start this set inside the 10. So a great opportunity as they show and go from dummy half. Arnhem, the skipper, looking to get a double today as they shift out to the back. That's Chant. Short ball. That's Enriquez.
Good tackle.
They quick play the ball. They come to Chant. Chant with the ball inside. That's maybe. The ball was forward from Chant. Plenty of back slapping and high-fiving going on for the Africa United side. They hold out the ASEAN side.
Check out the replay here. Yeah, just a little bit forward there from Chant. Also good defence there. He didn't go too far.
Stuart Morris tuning in from Manchester until he goes to bed, and then he'll be up again watching the Poland versus Japan game. So thanks very much for your support, Stuart. Not sure how you're going to sleep with 6 games of rugby league coming up. Might be one of those sleepless nights.
Could be an interesting final game in commentary too, of the Greece v Vanuatu game, because the Polish coach, Lee Addison, will join me in commentary for that one. So, yeah, depending on the result, it could be an interesting night to finish day 3 of the Emerging Nations World Championships.
Chikete with another run. The group of Mediterranean men has moved on, thankfully, so got a bit of clear air here in front of us. Carwin's bundled backwards. That's the first time today he's been pushed backwards, Carwin. Agu now kicks downfield. Straight to the fullback, Clark. They really need a spark from somewhere here, ASEAN. Running out of time. We've seen a few chip and chases from them that have paid dividends. We might see a few more tricks pulled out in the latter stages of this game. Tackle just shy of the halfway. So they come down the short side now. Gets out of dummy half and beats one. Tyrell Mayfield will play the ball 40 out from the line, appealing for a penalty. Chant now, short ball. That's Sonmi Jiang.
It's a little bit of light rain falling again here at the Ponds.
Jeez, I hope the field holds up. Beautiful surface here. It's artificial, guys, so if you're tuning in and you're wondering why it looks so good, that's the reason. It's artificial turf. Rain, hail or shine, we'll be getting through 6 games today as ASEAN go down the short side. Little chip over the top, they get the bounce. Spills out the back, it's play on, still the last. Great scrambling defence from Africa United. Snuff out that chance for ASEAN.
Yeah, almost a bit of a rugby union play there, just popped it out the back. I hope for the best. Nathan Armanot, he's having a great game for ASEAN, the skipper. It's good to see them. They keep trying things. They're not giving up hope. got a couple of games to play, so for and against will be important for these teams as well. Also, you got the Latin Heat, which represents pretty much South America, the nations in that area, and also Mediterranean in this pool of the Confederate Cup. Latin Heat and Mediterranean, they'll be game 4 this afternoon on the program of the Emerging Nations World Championships.
Tell you what, I'll be tuned into that one, Paul. There could be a bit of fire in that one, I reckon.
Bit of heat, you think?
That's a good one. Next up, we've got Niue taking on the Philippines. Big turnout from the Niue faithful as well. They were supportive of their boys on Thursday, and they've shown up again here today at Kellyville.
Shout out to Gary Pyers tuning into this coverage. Central Newcastle legend.
Africa United will get us back underway, only a metre out from their own try line. They lead by 14 points, and around 5 minutes to go in this one, you think that lead would be insurmountable. ASEAN keep coming, but
Defence.
look to work it off their own line as they shift the ball early, and the tackle has been knocked down, and they're going to go over here, ASEAN. And a try out of nowhere for Richard Mante, and all of a sudden they're right back in this one, Paul.
Yeah, it's a Mante moment. Johnny on the spot.
They got a little bit extravagant there, Africa. Shifting the ball on their own goal line as we see the replay. They're only 5 metres out from their own line here, through the hands. The pass just hit the deck and Mante crosses over. Won't score an easier one than that.
Yeah, just that little bobble there, it just flicked out and popped up perfectly for Mante. And, you know, Africa United, they're going to win the game, you'd expect. Probably just put the commentator's curse on them, but I don't mind seeing that, attacking from your own goal line. If it comes off, it's a brilliant try. I mean, it's bumbled into the hands of ASEAN and they've scored a try. But,
I'm glad they did it when they were 14 up and not 4 up.
That's it, you're 14 up. Have a go. Bit of entertainment. That's what the Emerging Nations is all about. 28
points to 18. As we said earlier, the clock that you can see on your live stream is just an indication. So we've got a couple of minutes left in this one. 5 maybe. ASEAN down by 10, looking to reduce the lead to 8 here. Mayfield moves in and strikes it, brings it back around. Lovely kick from Mayfield. So the scoreline reads 28 points to 20. Africa United over ASEAN. Don't have the luxury of an official game clock at this venue, Paul, so we're flying a little blind. There'll be a couple of minutes to go at least.
Yeah, just to give the viewers at home or wherever you are watching this the broadcast, obviously the cameramen are right on halfway and the official timekeepers, they're all down that end. We're camped on the 30-metre line, the left-hand side of your picture, so try and give it to you as accurate as we can as Africa United get us back underway.
Carwin with the kick-off. He comes flying down to put a shot on as well, Carwin. He's pinned everywhere today.
Certainly been one of the best.
Make a half break. They've had their moments in this game, ASEAN, where they've had great possession and great momentum. Foley now offloads. They're up into Africa United's half. Still a couple of tackles up their sleeve. A chance to put an attacking kick in here. Things will get very interesting in these last couple of minutes.
Surely they can't come back from here.
They bump off one. He tackled 20 out from the line. Last tackle, important kick here. So they go to the right-hand side, through the halfback, a little kick over the top by Maybe. It's been put on the deck by Africa. They found a knock on by the ASEAN side, so...
Yeah, they were stacked out here to the left.
That might be all she wrote, Paul.
He stepped out to the left. They went that short side, and the winger out there on that far side, Michael James, he was waiting for that little chip over the top. That might be the last opportunity ASEAN have.
Just starting to get a light sprinkle here at the ponds at Kellyville.
12-20.
Africa United working their way off their own line now. 28 points to 20. They lead the ASEAN side. Game 1 of day 3 of the Emerging Nations World Championships. Game's a bit shifted to the ponds at Kellyville here for this artificial pitch due to the wet weather here in Sydney over the last couple of days. So Mapiu now up towards halfway. Run out of dummy half there from Samuel Carwin. Tackle 35 out from the line. The other Carwin, little kick in behind. He can do everything, the big man. Hangs a leg out. The referee's found a penalty against him. Just stuck a leg out looking to advance the ball again with his feet, and the fullback Clark had tried to pick it up, so probably an inadvertent trip there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do that. He still gets sent off in this game, so you don't want to get sent off for tripping. It's a stray boot. Slow it down here.
He's been put on report. Tell you what, if he was to miss the next game, he'd be a big out for Africa United. He's been everywhere today.
Yeah, well, Billy Slater's lawyer, he's unemployed at the moment now with Billy Slater retired, so Carwin could possibly pick him up.
As we see Foley put it down off the tap, so any hopes of a comeback probably dashed with that error. Won't be too long to go in this one. We're into red time as we speak.
It's probably been the story of the day for ASEAN. They've had some good ball and they just cough it up at the wrong time. Obviously they're not going to win this one today, but it's probably something they can work on at training through the week or the next couple of days, because they don't have a big turnaround.
They're in no rush to get this scrum packed, Africa United. Sure you stay tuned to RTV's action as Doig goes through. Doig throws the dummy and Doig's going to go over, and that'll seal the win for Africa United. Lovely play from the number 6 from the back of the scrum. Through the dummy, showed a clean pair of heels. And he goes over next to the post, so scoreline reads 32 points to 20. Africa United over ASEAN with a kick to come. He's been good, the number 6.
Yeah, solid game, and there's a lot of the African United boys that have had good first hit-outs here in the Emerging Nations. And Doit, I think that's his second try of the afternoon, so or for the morning, I should say. Even with daylight saving kicking in, we're still in the morning.
Carwin will look to have the extras. 32 points to 20. It's probably a little unfair on the ASEAN side. I don't think they've been 12 or 14 points worse than the African team today.
No, certainly not. The score definitely no indication. And as I said, just those crucial moments of spilling the ball, it's been the difference, really.
Just when you think they've looked like getting back into the game, they've come up with those little errors. As the rain comes down here at Kellyville, a few umbrellas going up, that'll make things difficult. As he strikes it, and it's waved away. Scoreline stays 32 points to 20. Africa United over ASEAN.
And just one last challenge for you, Dan, before full-time rings. The umbrellas are going up in front of you, so just an extra element for you to call these last minutes.
Lucky I'm 6'3". See over the top so far. Might need a step ladder for the second game. Africa take possession of the kick-off, work it out of their own end. That's Gary. Ball's on the deck and it's been stripped out as we hear the full-time siren go in the background. They'll have to take this play though, Africa. Takes the tap and kicks it into touch. So a good performance from Africa United. They run out 32 points to 20 winners over ASEAN here in this first game of day 3 of the Emerging Nations World Championships. And that man that just kicked the ball out, Carwin, would have been best on ground, Paul.
Yeah, certainly. Blinding game, a double and a couple of goals and some big hits. So well done to Africa United.
All right, well, I'll be back with you shortly for the second game here today. I'll be back with Dave Wild. See you shortly.